Hello everybody and welcome to Written in Blood. My name is John and today I'm going to be doing part 23 of my horror movie collection. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. I think it's been about a couple of weeks or so. So I figured I'd do one of those today. So let's go ahead and get underway. I think I've got like 11 films here, some remakes, some sequels and such, but let's go ahead and get underway. All right? Stop talking and start doing. Anyway, so first of all, I've got Interview with the Vampire. And this, of course, starred Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and Kirsten Dunst, as well as Christian Slater in a small role, in the role of the interviewer. And I remember when this movie came out, man, there was just so much controversy about Tom Cruise getting cast as the vampire Lestat. And man, even Anne Rice herself was just like so mad, she just did not want that one little bit. And, whether or not you think Tom Cruise is a douchebag, a Scientology nut, whatever you want to call him, I think the guy is actually a pretty good actor. And he really puts himself into his roles, especially the ones where he's got to do his own stunts. And I thought he did a pretty good job as Lestat. I mean, this isn't necessarily one of my favorite vampire movies, but, it's a good one. So, yeah, here it is, Interview with the Vampire. All right. Okay, and next up, and this is definitely a remake. In fact, this is the first remake. This is from 1978, and this is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And if you ask me, this is the absolute best Invasion of the Body Snatchers movie that's ever been made. I don't think they're ever going to top it, and they've tried. There was one called Body Snatchers that was directed by Abel Ferrara and starred Gabrielle Anwar. That was good. That was a good one. I actually liked that one. And then there's one, I believe, with Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig called The Invasion. I haven't seen that one, and I have not heard good things about it. But this one here is just fantastic. It is actually one of the best remakes of any movie I've ever seen. It stars Leonard Nimoy, Donald Sutherland, Veronica Cartwright, Brooke Adams, Jeff Goldblum, just a fantastic cast. If you have never seen this version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, just do it, please. Just see it. It's absolutely awesome. And I will give you one little hint about one little terrifying scene. Just the dog. You'll know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie, you will know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen the movie, see it for yourself. All right? Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. Okay. Okay, and now coming up from way back when, I've got the original The Invisible Man, and this is one of those steelbook editions. And I cannot remember who directed The Invisible Man from the 30s. I believe it was James Whale. No, Carl Lumley. Carl Lumley Jr., I believe it was. Is that right? No, yes, directed by James Whale. I was incorrect on that. It was directed by James Whale. And this is one of those steelbook editions that you get at Best Buy. And there's the like the little sleeve and stuff. And then here's the original artwork by Alex Ross. And I think it's pretty cool, huh? All right. And this, if I remember, starred Claude Rains and who was William Harrigan. I'm not sure who any of these people are, so yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I actually watched this. But yeah, The Invisible Man. Okay. All right. And now the next two films are kind of one piece because they make up basically one big movie. And of course, I'm talking about It, Chapter 1, and It, Chapter 2. Which one of the covers do you think is best? Personally, I think the one on the one for It, the first It, I think is actually a better cover because it just shows you there's poor little Georgie, and he has no idea what's going to happen to him. Whereas with this one here, you already know what's going on. It's just Pennywise giving you the stink eye. And yeah, this one here wasn't as good as the first one, but as a piece, I loved the entire thing. I loved it. And I thought Bill Skarsgård did an excellent job as Pennywise. I know a lot of people out there are complete and absolute Tim Curry fans, and I'm not really. I like Tim Curry. Don't get me wrong. I think he did a good job as Pennywise, but I just think that Skarsgård did a better job. Unpopular opinion. I understand that. I know. So anyway, yeah. It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Okay. And next up, concluding with we got a lot of with the word it or its in here in this video today, and we follow it up with It Follows. Okay. And of course, this is about a girl that she meets this guy, and they get it on, have sex, whatever you want to call it, and then he tells her, basically after tying her up, he tells her that she's going to be haunted or invaded or whatever by this entity that's just going to keep following her, and it's not going to stop until it catches her and she's dead. And the only way she can get rid of this thing is if she passes it on to somebody else the same way he passed it on to her. And of course, this whole thing is basically a metaphor or a symbolic or whatever of sexually transmitted diseases. It could also be a metaphor for like rumors. You know, it's like say you're somebody at school and somebody starts a rumor about you, and it's really a bad rumor, and it follows you all around the school. There's nothing you can do to get away from it. And so you might go and move to another town, move to another school, and sure enough, somebody else is probably going to find out about it because people are nosy. So it could also be symbolic of that as well. All in all, though, this is absolutely fantastic horror movie. It's actually one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Anyway, this is It Follows. All right. Okay, this one is definitely a remake. In fact, I've got the original and the remake. I'm going to do the originals first because that makes sense, right? The originals and their sequels, and I'm talking about It's Alive, about the family that gives birth to the mutant baby, big head, teeth for, big teeth, claws for hands and stuff like that, kills everybody he comes in sight with. And of course, you can see it was followed up by 2 sequels, It's Alive 2, It Lives Again, and It's Alive 3, Island of the Alive. I've seen all 3 of these. They are crazy fun. All right. And I believe all 3 of these, were they all directed by Larry Cohen? Yes, they were. They were all written and directed by Larry Cohen, who is like one of the B-movie horror director legends. All right. Okay, and now I've got the remake. And you know what? I saw this, and to be honest with you, I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember if it was good or bad or what, But I think it's just a little darker than the first one. The first 3 films, the first It's Alive movies, were gory and they were fun. I think this one's a little bit darker. Let's see who's in this one. I'm not sure. Oh, good Lord. Bijou Phillips, James Murray. That's all it says. Directed by Joseph Rusnak. Like I said, I remember nothing about this movie. Nothing. I've seen it. I know I watched it. So, yeah. Okay, next up. Let me just put it to you this way. There have been some great shark movies out there. There's been The Shallows with Blake Lively. Surprisingly good. 47 Meters Down was actually a surprisingly good film. The Meg was the Meg. Okay, that's just it. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, The Meg was the Meg. Let's see. What have been some of the good shark movies out there? What's been? The Reef has been good. There was one called Bait, I think it was called. It was kind of fun, but none of them is ever going to top the granddaddy of shark movies. And you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Jaws. And I apologize for the glare because it's got a really odd, shiny cover to it. But yes, I'm talking about Jaws, the granddaddy shark movie. Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, the 3 R's. Yeah, 3 R's, yes. Yes, I mean, we got the mechanical shark. You know what? You know it looks fake and everything, but it still scared the crap out of you when you went to see it in the theater. When the head rolled out of the bottom of the boat, dadgum well that you had to use the bathroom 5 seconds afterward because it scared the crap out of you. This is the ultimate granddaddy shark movie. If you have not seen Jaws, get out from under your rock and see Jaws. That's all I'm going to say. See it. It's awesome. Yes. You've had plenty of time. And finally, this is another one. I got the original and the sequel to it. And of course, I am talking about Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2. And if you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers, basically what Jeepers Creepers is about is this brother and sister that are traveling through Florida, and they get this guy or this thing or whatever in a this beat up looking old truck that should not be moving as fast as it's moving, and it tries to run them off the road. It tries to do everything, you know. And then they're driving by and they see this guy, if you want to call it that, doing what looks like he's dumping a body down a drain pipe. And of course, people being who they are or what they are in horror movies, they just have to investigate, and they piss this thing off, and it comes after them. And it's this thing called the creeper, and what it does is eat parts of you that it needs. It eats them. If it needs your eyes, it's going to eat your eyes. If it needs your heart, it's going to eat your heart. If it needs your leg, whatever, to help it regenerate whatever it loses. This thing is ancient. This thing is ugly. This thing is mean. It's just nasty. All right, that being said, I absolutely do. I love this movie. I love Jeepers Creepers, but I'll tell you right now, and the reason I was very hesitant to see this movie because of the fact is that the director of this movie, Victor Salva, you know, it's pretty much common knowledge now. If you did not know this, I will tell you, because I'm not spreading any slander or anything like that. The man is a convicted pedophile. And it took me a long time to get past that to actually watch this movie. I did watch it, and I loved it. There are a few things in this movie that to me were kind of symbolic or metaphorical for Salva's lifestyle, but I tried to get past that. I did okay with it, and I do. I love Jeepers Creepers. The second Jeepers Creepers, I liked it. That was just it. I liked it, okay? I don't recommend the third Jeepers Creepers to anybody. That movie was so freaking bad, it's just laughable, okay? Anyway, that's it. So, yeah. Yep, and this is part 23 of my horror movie collection. Again, I thank you for watching. I know these are not some of my most popular videos. I don't know why, because like I've said before, I never said that my channel was specifically about books, okay? I'm going to do things on music. I'm going to do things on games when I finally get the chance to. So, yeah. Anyway, that being said, I've said enough about it, all right? So, yes, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend. It's Thursday, right? Yes, it is. It's Thursday. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And good night.